Virgo is honestly one of the darker signs, and frankly, it needs to be talked about. So with any sign, we have to think about like what is it in like the system of astrology that makes the sign what it is. So Mercury is in domicile in Virgo. Mercury is also considered to be exalted in Virgo. So there's a lot of Mercury stuff that's really important with them, especially with this like darkness thing. They are also a mutable sign. So they come at the end of the season, like a letting go of something, moving on. And they are an earth sign. And Venus is in fall in Virgo and Jupiter is in detriment in Virgo. And those are important to remember too. So first with Mercury. Mercury, or Hermes, was the god that could take souls to the underworld. He was a transporter, brought souls to the underworld, and can return to the visible world unscathed. So with Virgo and with Mercury in general, there's this like navigating two different worlds, and Virgo is very good at being immersed in the underworld, really like going into things, really understanding what's like the inner workings of something. They are not afraid to go into the deep dark parts of things. In that same way, they're not afraid to say something that's a little unnerving. Secondly, mutable signs come at the end of the season, as I said. So there's this like letting go of things. And in the northern hemisphere, and I don't really use this too much because the whole world doesn't revolve around the northern hemisphere. There's a southern hemisphere where the opposite's the case. But it's interesting to think about. In the northern hemisphere, Virgo comes at the end of the summer. So it's like the light drifting away. Mutable signs are something like letting go, moving on, moving forward. So Virgo comes at that time when we're moving into this season of darkness and decay. And then Venus and Jupiter are considered benefics. They're the like positive planets. Traditionally, that's what they're considered. So for both of those to be in fall or detriment in Virgo, it lacks the brightness of those signs, the optimism and positivity of Jupiter, also the idea that we're all like one and connected. It's more concerned with like what is here now. It's also an earth sign. Earth signs are interested in what's here and now. And then Venus is the connective force. It's pleasure, it's enjoying life, it can be creative too. So Virgo can kind of struggle with some of those things too. So this doesn't really get the same light of Venus, or at least the way it works with like Venusian type energy is different from what we're used to seeing. And that I think is some of what makes Virgo so unnerving. Like they're going to show that they love you. They're just not going to do it by like buying you flowers and kissing your ass. They're going to do it by like making your life flow better. All mutable signs are about flow, moving, going forward. And it comes off like kind of negative because they're the detriment of Jupiter. Anyway, I could literally go on, but there's a lot of that like underworld vibes with Virgo.